Yes.
But let's talk about how this is an experiment. Life is an experiment. Your consciousness is exploring itself in many worlds, many realms, and many parallel lives, right? And so this is us choosing at the deepest level to make the choice to be here is to realize that we're not a victim of
Mhm.
any anything.
Mhm.
And this is the part that we have to move through right now, because the apparent world is wanting to take us into very much playing out a let's just say what might be the opposition of forces that we could call, in the Gnostic tradition, they call it the archonic forces. In the Hindu play out, they call it the Ahriman, Luciferian forces, oppositional energies. If we broadcast it to the highest cosmic level, we might just even call it the destructive energies, which we would call Shiva or, Kali sometimes,
Mhm.
But whatever the force that we're being pulled into more to learn about, which is duality,
Mhm.
why we're here, we have to know that we're not a victim to it at the deepest level. And this is to actually stand forward and and with the glory of knowing that this is a self-chosen initiatory journey that we are
Mhm.
on. This is a
Mhm.
this is a God-chosen evolutionary process that we're part of, which is to say this is a 13.8 billion year journey. We're the evolutionary crest of a wave. We have to position ourselves on the surfboard
Mhm.
like that. Then this whole thing becomes the most extraordinary mystery, even in the face of the upended, upturning part of us that can't even find a center or an up or down sometimes, because
Mhm.
there's so much a play of polarizing forces. But you know, the perennial spiritual traditions will maintain that one of the ways we stand on the surfboard, is to call forth the part of us that is already awakened.
Yes.
That's the part of us that's eternal, and
Yes.
we might connect that to the higher self. Some of the
Mhm.
other esoteric traditions might say that the already awakened Buddha in us, or the
Mhm.
Christ force, is choosing to incarnate through us when we also put our hand up towards that force and we make the handshake. We say,
Mhm.
yes, I am that. And not only am that for myself in this awakening process where there's no victim, I chose every condition. And the Tantric tradition will say this too, that everything can be perfectly leveraged towards our own awakening and enlightenment. There's
Mhm.
not one thing out of place.
Mhm.
Everything can be used as the profound initiatory training ground of the soul to wake up to its own non-dual nature through duality, right? So this is
Mhm.
this is we're in the time of the great calling. So we have to use duality that seems to be more and more dual, or more and more at
Mhm.
odds with something. But as long as we're not at odds with anything,
Mhm.
then we are the surfer on the surfboard. We are the wave itself. We are the board. We're
Mhm.
the ocean itself. And then we're a protector of what's true. And I think
Mhm.
that's what the light bringer archetype that so many of us,
Mhm.
when we awaken, we realize that we're a protector of the sacred.
Mhm.
That right here, right now, inside of us, we're forging the diamond of the self, not just for perfecting our own nature, but we're here at the time of a great calling. We have to muster even more strength because it demands that. And how beautiful. If we wanted a slower time, and we've had slower times. Really evolution is, and this can be proven. Evolution is on an escalator process right now.
Mhm.
What used to take a million years now took 1,000 years. What used to take 1,000 years now takes 100 years, 10 years. This is the increase of novelty that we're in right now. So I think that we can harness the challenges of this time and use that to really say, oh, I must be working on even more powerful capacities within myself to meet this initiatory age and challenge, and and use it to galvanize an even more powerful being within us, and use this time of fire and transformation and transfiguration, and use it, you know, like the world's going up in flames. The world will burn. The world you know will burn to the ground. Like everybody needs to know that. That's a that's a that's what all the mystics know, that the world is always burning. It's and so subjectively that's true as well. The self has to be willing to burn completely, and that's the beauty of the Shiva energy, or the Kali, the thing that brings it all back to nothing. And when we touch nothing, meaning nothing that is opposing or dual, it's not at odds, it touches true reality, then it flames with a wisdom that's eternal. It flames with a power that is infinite. It flames with a compassion that cannot be swayed by fear, or the intensity of ignorance that we're just seeing left and right. It can't be swayed. It actually just becomes more compassion, right?